Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between hearing and listening. Did you ever have that one moment when you're having a conversation with someone and they're saying, This is good. This is known as an acknowledgement. There are two kinds of acknowledgement that are pretty popular. One is the and the visual version of that is whenever you're talking to someone and it's face to face, if the person is just staring at you like this the entire time as you're telling your story, something about that feels weird. But if they're in a gentle way doing that, indicates to your eyes that they're paying attention and they're pretty much saying, continue on with the story, I'm listening. And the audio version of that is This is something that you often hear on the phone. There was this one time when I was having a conversation with this person and I was telling them about a pretty bad thing that had just happened to me. I normally go for a walk in the morning, and on this particular morning, as I was going for this walk, I got bold with it. I looked at the sky and I'm thinking, it's about to rain, but technically it's not raining yet. Let me get started. I'm pretty sure I'll make it to the end of the walk without it raining on me. Midway in the walk, it starts pouring. And I'm not just talking about a light drizzle. It feels as though that there's a hurricane on the way. But I'm not soft. I'm going to finish this walk. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I kid you not. 2 minutes in, what happens is that I slip, I fall, and I scrape my knee. And I fall in one of the most embarrassing ways out there, where I'm over here trying to grasp something. Nothing's in sight. I fall. I try to get back up. I fall again. Like I said, it was raining really bad. And by the time that I get up, blood is coming from my leg. This doesn't feel good. By the time that I get back to my place, I clean up, and that's when I get the call. I'm telling this guy about this story in detail because it just happened. And he's giving me the But something was up about this It wasn't matching the story. It was as though he was rushing me, as though that he wanted to hear something else. It's as though he had something that he wanted to share, right? So he's just basically like, next. But I felt as though that the story was at least being heard. A couple of days goes on by, and this person contacts me again and says, hey, Armani, how are you feeling? Are you still falling? I was like, am I still falling? Why are you framing the question like that? Why are you framing it as though that I am this old man that is losing control of his limbs? I wasn't just falling that day because I have no control over my body. I fell because it was raining and I slipped. Did you not pick that up? They didn't. And that's a glimpse into the difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is when you take in the data. Your ears are working, okay? That's all that hearing indicates. But listening is when you get in that data and you're interpreting the meaning of the message. And listening is a very difficult task to do because it requires conscious effort. That's one. But the second reason that listening is such a difficult act to do is because you cannot fully listen. And what I mean by that is that, hypothetically, let's say this individual has never fallen in their life. And I'm trying to describe the pain of falling and scraping your knee, how the smallest tasks become burdensome because anytime you're trying to focus on another task, you feel that stinging sensation and it's radiating throughout your entire body. I'm trying to explain this to this person, but what they can do at most is sympathize, not empathize. They could view it from their lens, but they can't fully view it from my lens. What they need to now do is they need to extract a memory from their database of a painful moment in order to relate to me. All of this is happening in microseconds. It's happening very quick. So whenever you discover someone that is an amazing listener, give this person props, because this person at a rapid rate is not just taking in the audio, they're extracting meaning from it. A lot of times they're extracting meaning from their personal database, but other times they're doing their best to extract meaning from your database. Even if they didn't go through the same experience, that's where stuff like reading, content creation, and associating with people that are from different cultures than you come in clutch, because it gives you a different perspective and allows you to listen better to others. Listening is a skill. Hearing, any dummy can do. But you can't listen if you don't hear first. So both of these work together. But the thing is, you need to be able to extract the difference, because if you cannot spot the difference between the two, what will happen is that a lot of times you think you're listening, but in reality, you're just hearing and you're not understanding the true message of what someone else is trying to say. So if you enjoyed today's talk, go on and drop that like for me right on below. And thank you very much for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel.